SUBSRCIBE.
First of all, buddy, you butchered his name. Sandile Shezilo. Not Sandil. Yeah, Bob. Yeah, I can't even trust you anymore. I don't even know if you know your information. I need to do my own information. I need to do my own reconnaissance on this guy. This guy is talking about Sandil Shezi. Aye, come on, my guy. Aye, come on. Aye, buddy, you've ruined the whole investigation. Fuck off. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another reaction. We're going to be reacting to how South Africa's biggest fraudster met his end. Oh my goodness. What you're in for here, ladies and gentlemen, is a surprise. I haven't seen this video. I don't know this fucking guy, but we're about to get to know him. Let's get on with the video, ladies and gentlemen.
Whether he was selling dreams of financial freedom or standing before a room full of eager investors, he exuded confidence, untouchable, untamed, unstoppable. But on one fateful day in October 2021, reality came crashing down. That day, Gauteng police approached him.
Where's this guy from? Gauteng? I thought you were a boer. You're supposed to pronounce Gauteng like Gauteng. Yeah, Gauteng. Breathe.
In the months that followed, the walls of his empire, built on deception and empty promises, began to crumble. The man who once sold the illusion of untouchable success was about to face a reckoning he never saw coming. Life in Umlazi wasn't easy. Opportunities were few, and success stories were even fewer. But Shezi had something that set him apart, an unshakable belief that he was destined for more. From an early age, he watched his parents struggle to make ends meet. His father was a school principal, and while that provided some stability, it was clear that a steady paycheck wasn't always enough. Money was tight, and dreams had limits.
That's what we're trying to get away. We're trying to bring dreams to this country, because dreams over here die. I'm being honest with you, dog. Dreams over here in my country die. It's fucking disgusting. I've met up with so many people who've said, oh, I wanted to be this, but I can't be because of my situation in the country. Fucking hell. Niggas that can still do it have a bunch of talent. They just need to like groom their talent and to become better. But they give up because of the situation they're in. They really can't. They don't have the resources, dog. That's what we're trying to get away. But not like this. Not like this Sandil Shezi guy.
But Shezi wasn't one to sit back and accept the cards he was dealt. He had an instinct for making things happen, even when the odds were stacked against him. As a child, he was always looking for ways to make money. While other kids played soccer in the streets, Shezi was thinking about business. He started small, very small. His first venture was selling muffins to his classmates.
This is the method, gents. If you're still in high school or primary, go to your local, my friend. Go to your local, my friend. Buy a whole pack of receipts and start selling that shit. That's what I used to do. You niggas aren't serious, dog. Me, in primary, I was a hustler. I started selling sweets, dog. When I got into high school, I started selling movies. Because niggas didn't have the movies I had. They didn't have the resources I had. I started selling movies. Hustle mentality.
It wasn't long before muffins weren't enough. Shezi wanted more. He expanded his little empire, moving into secondhand clothes. He realized that people in his township didn't always have the money for brand new outfits, but they still wanted to look good. So he found a solution. He'd source clothes from local thrift markets, clean them up, and resell them at a markup. If a shirt had a small tear, he'd stitch it up. If shoes were dirty, he'd polish them until they looked new.
There's no polishing those type of shoes, buddy. Those are thrown in the trash. No way is he polishing those type of shoes.
His talent for persuasion became his greatest weapon.
Did he just censor the word web? What's wrong with saying? Do I have to censor it when I'm reacting to this? Unfortunately, guys, I have to censor the word. Now you're hearing beeps all of a sudden. So I'm gonna say it a lot of times. See, this right here didn't really weaponize any. I've beeped all of that, though. All guys are gonna be hitting straight beeps.
When he got to university, his reputation for making money was already well established. Selling muffins and secondhand clothes had been his first taste of financial independence, but he was hungry for more. Small wins weren't enough. He wanted something bigger, something that would set him apart. In 2011, at just 18 years old, Shezi enrolled at the Durban University of Technology, but not because he was chasing a degree. For him, university wasn't the destination. It was just another stop on the road to wealth.
That's a note to all you gentlemen. If you're in university right now, it says start making money off the other, or start making friendships, dog. University isn't all about learning. It's about making friendships and getting the connections you need and making money, dog. You need to understand. School is just here for you to socialize and get the right connections, boy. Like it or not, that's how life is.
While his classmates sat through lectures and mapped out steady, respectable careers, Shezzy's mind was elsewhere. He had come across something that promised riches without the long grind of a traditional job. It was fast, thrilling, and seemingly limitless in potential. Forex trading.
Gentlemen, Forex. I almost got into Forex. Yeah, man, I was interested in the money business, you know, and Forex was like an easy place to go. But now it's a lot of untrustworthy people telling you they can flip 100 into 100 million just in 3 days. Yeah, Bob. Hey, you need to be well versed and you need to be smart. Who you socializing with in this Forex situation, though? I know some people that could probably get you into the right path in the Forex thing, but there's a lot of them who will tell you the psychotic shit that you guys fall for. You dumbasses. You fall for this shit. Believing that someone could turn 100 into 100 million just in 3 days. Are you serious? How do you even know the person? What he's been... dog, you just took your money. You just took your money. Then you give this guy 5,000. 3 days later, he's going to be telling you, my brother, wait. My brother, wait. Wait. We've had a problem.
The idea was simple. Buy and sell currencies at the right time, and with the right strategy, the profits could be limitless.
Forex can work. I can't even say that it doesn't. People have succeeded in this Forex business, and you can too, but you just have to go in the right direction. Look at the right people, connect with the right people. Don't connect with people who are going to convince you bullshit. Be smart about what you're doing, bro. You can't get into this business and be fucking dumb. You have to get the knowledge behind it first. That's in everything, honestly. Whatever you're studying, whatever you're doing, you have to have background knowledge in the situation before you actually commit yourself in that situation. Don't be fucking dumb. Don't be stupid and just go dive deep into it, dog. Take calculated risks in life.
But there was a problem. Forex trading required capital, and Shezzy didn't have the kind of money needed to make real gains. He could have started small, like many traders do, testing the waters with whatever little he could afford. But patience was not in his nature. He wanted to go all in, to make big money fast. And that's when he made the decision that would change his life forever.
Now, let me give you guys an alternative. This is to my niggas here in this country, in Africa, dog. This is for my niggas here, right? You need to start either Forex trading or you could start clipping. There's many clippers out there that are earning bigger money than these Forex niggas right now. Get your favorite streamer, watch this shit, and just make clips out of it. Post it on TikTok, bro. Post it on Instagram. Post it on those social medias for a long time. I'm not going to dive deep into it because I also don't know it myself. But this shit is real, dog. Clipping is real.
By the time he was 23, Shezzy was no longer just a university student. He was a self-proclaimed millionaire. The boy from Umlazi, who once sold muffins in the schoolyard, was now driving luxury cars, wearing designer suits, and living the high life. That's when he joined forces with George van der Riet, an experienced Forex trader. Together, they launched what would become one of the most talked about Forex training institutions in South Africa, the Global Forex Institute. The Global Forex Institute offered free introductory classes, drawing in crowds who were eager to learn how to trade like Shezzy. But while the first lessons were free, the real knowledge, the strategies that supposedly led to success, came with a price. Students were encouraged to pay for advanced training, premium courses, and mentorship programs. And they did. They poured their savings into the institute, believing that if Shezzy could do it, so could they.
That's good marketing, gentlemen. That's good marketing. That's like a free trial on Spotify and some shit. You have to understand marketing to actually start doing this shit, bro. If you want to start scamming, you have to be good at marketing. Let me tell you that. Scammers are actually trained marketers, dog. Like these big churches that you see now. Those are scammers. I won't lie to you. You can't tell me someone's falling on the ground and then a pastor starts shouting, then he's actually getting paid for that shit. Trust me, they are getting paid. You see these pastors in fancy suits, they're getting paid off that shit, bro. And I'm not saying this to all pastors, because some of them actually have businesses outside. Then they go to church and then they, you know what I'm saying? But some of these scammers, they're actually scamming inside the church. Dog, it's plain to see. It's some niggas that are pushing people on the ground and screaming, fire! Those Those are the niggas that you need to watch out for, bro. Those are not the real people. You dumbasses, you dumb niggas who actually fall for that shit. Actually, you make me feel pity for you because you're dumb and you're falling for this. I'm on to the video.
But what many failed to realize was that Forex trading is not a guaranteed path to riches. For every person who wins, there are countless others who lose. Yet, Shezi kept the dream alive. His social media was flooded with images of his luxury lifestyle, sports cars, private jets, high-end fashion. He made success look effortless. The truth was, not everyone could win. And for those who lost, Shezi's promise of financial freedom began to look more like an illusion. But by the time the doubts started to spread, Shezi had already built his empire. His name was everywhere. He was celebrated as a genius, a pioneer, a self-made millionaire who had beaten the system.
That's what Pablo Escobar did, gentlemen. That's what Pablo Escobar did. I would actually tell you niggas to actually learn from this guy. Learn from his marketing and not from his strategy, dog. Learn from the marketing strategies, not the scamming part, not the scamming part, gentlemen, not the scamming part.
At this point in time, Shezi wasn't just a trader anymore. He was a brand, but wealth alone wasn't enough. Shezi understood that true power came from influence, and influence required something more than just flashy cars and expensive suits. It needed a cause, a purpose, something that made him more than just a businessman. That's when the Sandal Shezi Foundation was born. It was positioned as a philanthropic effort, a way for Shezi to give back to the very communities he claimed to have risen from. While the foundation made bold promises, the actual impact remained questionable. Beneficiaries who were supposed to receive funding and mentorship found themselves caught in an endless cycle of unfulfilled pledges. Scholarships were announced but never awarded. Promises of financial aid vanished into thin air.
You fucked up. You fucked up by giving false promises. People are out there getting pissed. But he's also counteracting the getting pissed people by actually putting a foundation and helping people. Understand what he's doing, gentlemen. That's Pablo Escobar. Learn from Pablo Escobar's way of doing things. I think he was actually running for mayor or some shit like that. I don't know. I only watch Narcos, gentlemen. Don't come after me.
More young South Africans poured their savings into his programs, convinced they were learning from a man who truly wanted to uplift the youth. But what they didn't realize was that the foundation, much like his Forex empire, was built on illusion.
You niggas need to open up your eyes. Open up your minds. Don't just look at a person and get influenced by his words. You need to start background checking O's. Some of you are lazy to do that. That's why you get caught up in this situation. You need to background check O's. You need to see every fucking single little detail about this nigga to start believing it. Some of you are just led by blind faith. Background check your what? Background check your people, O's. Background check them. Don't background check me. I'm not influencing you, dog. Don't background check me. I'm a slap you. If you background check me, you're gonna get smacked.
By 2021, whispers of discontent had turned into loud accusations. Investors who had once trusted Shezi with their money started speaking out. The empire he had so carefully built was beginning to crumble, and the law was closing in. The first major blow came in 2021 when Shezi was charged with fraud.
If someone's getting charged for this shit, you need to do some background checks and be like, okay, this is a serious accusation. Why is this nigga getting charged with fraud? Being charged with fraud is serious, dog. It's not something to play about. If police are getting involved in this shit, you should be like, yes, this guy might be frauding me. That's when you should get your wake-up call. But some dumb people, I should be like, oh, that's just a bump in the road. Everybody does this when someone's getting a bit of clout these days. Trying to hate on this black man. They're gonna use this thing. They're gonna use it. They're gonna use it to you guys. Let me explain to you like this. People will use sympathy for their gain. People will use your dumbness for their gain. Now, because you believe in a certain thing, they will use that to their advantage and take advantage of that thing to get you into that thing and gain off it. Money-wise, monetization, dog. They're going to use words like, stop hating on the black man. You, as the viewer, you sat back thinking like, oh man, we really should stop hating on the black man. And you start going out there and saying, stop hating on black people, yada, yada, yada. You know what I'm saying? That's what they use. That's what they use. And you're going to be backing this nigga up. You're going to be like, yo, yeah, man, stop that shit. At the end of the day, you see this guy, now he's a fraud. Yo, say, fuck this guy. No, fuck you. Because you fell for it. I'm sorry. No, don't fuck you. I'm sorry. No, fuck you. This shit really pisses me off how you niggas fall for it. Because I don't understand in the right mind how you could fall for such a thing. You need to do some background check, dog. I'm not even in this area of expertise, but then background check your people.
The case involved a former business partner who claimed that Shezi had deceived him out of 500,000 rands.
You 500,000, boy.
When news of the charges broke, it sent shockwaves through South Africa's financial circles. With his back against the wall, Shezi did what many in his position would do. He handed himself over to the authorities.
This guy is fucking smart. He's smart. You have to give it to him. He's smart. He fooled you all. Your guys are stuck in, oh my gosh, I can't believe he did this to me. I'm laughing, dog. I'm laughing at you. You got scammed by this nigga. Oh my gosh, my thousands of friends. You got scammed by this nigga. Telling you a false dream. Come on, dog.
After being processed, he was granted bail. And for a brief moment, it seemed like he had dodged a but the legal storm was far from over. Barely a year later, in 2022, Shezi found himself back in the legal spotlight. This time, he was hauled before the Wynberg Magistrates Court over another fraud case.
2 fucking fraud cases. Wake yourself up. 2 fucking fraud cases. Wake yourself up.
Another investor had stepped forward, claiming that Shezi had promised lucrative returns, only to leave them with empty pockets. But by this point, Shezi's reputation was no longer untouchable. The mystique that once surrounded him had faded, replaced by skepticism and scrutiny. As these legal battles unfolded, more voices joined the chorus of those who had been burned by Shezi's promises. Former clients, business associates, and everyday South Africans who had invested their savings into his programs began sharing their experiences.
Telling you, boy, in this world of trading, no one is your friend. Because they're all comically backstabbing this nigga, bro. Like, actually, yeah, this guy did this thing to me. Why didn't you speak up on it when he did it? Fucking bullshit. Just because he was, hey, come on, dog. This is what I'm saying. Just because he was feeding your pockets, now because he's not feeding your pockets, you're coming out now. You're coming out now, seriously. Just looking like the R. Kelly situation, dog. Bitches weren't complaining about it then, but all of a sudden, now that he's being tougher, I'm going to start to speak out now. This guy deserves justice. Fuck off, dog. Like, this is what I hate people for doing this shit.
Authorities started looking deeper into his business dealings, and what they found only raised more questions. Money had disappeared, returns had never materialized, and Shezi's business model seemed to rely more on recruitment and fees than actual trading success. The courts were now involved, and Shezi was no longer just a controversial figure. He was an accused fraudster fighting to stay out of prison. Reports surfaced that yet another warrant for Shezi's arrest had been issued.
Yo, strike 3 and you're out, buddy. Come on.
The specifics of the charges were not immediately clear, but what was certain was that the authorities were no longer looking the other way.
That's a message to all you scammers out there. You've got to have connections in the police department everywhere. You gotta have connections in the government, dog. Politicians do the same thing. Get serious, gentlemen. You don't understand. You don't understand how the world works. And you need to wake up to this shit, dog. And I'm not one of those people that are going to be preaching this woke system. Because I find that fucking bullshit as well. But you need to be smart. I'm not saying be woke, be smart.
In a shocking twist, his wife, Silindile Mkhize, was drawn into the storm, arrested, and charged with fraud and money laundering. Following her arrest, Mkhize appeared before the Alexandra Magistrates Court, where she was granted bail set at 5,000 rands, about $300 US.
Oh, she snitched. She had to snitch. I'm telling you, dog, in this world, in this business, nobody's your friend. Nobody's your wife as well. Even your bitch can turn against you, dog.
But with this arrest, the question loomed. Was she a willing accomplice, or just another victim of Shezi's unchecked ambition? Mkhize was quick to fight back against the allegations.
I was jumping to conclusions. Gentlemen, she did not snitch. She did not snitch. She's a good wife. She's a good wife.
As the legal battles mounted, the strain on their personal relationship became undeniable. Mkhize made a public declaration. She and Shezi had been separated for some time. Their once glamorous life together had unraveled, leaving them with only one connection: co-parenting their child.
Gentlemen, you never know what's going on behind closed doors. Don't trust what you see with your own two eyes, dog. Don't trust what you see on a surface level.
The man who had promised financial freedom to so many had lost everything, including the people closest to him.
When days get dark, friends are few, dog.
Right now, Shezi is entangled in multiple legal battles, and the odds of him walking away unscathed are slim because the evidence against him is overwhelming. The so-called King of Bling is finally facing the consequences of his empire built on deception.
This guy did bad. This guy did bad. He did bad on the strategy level. He should have done some more shit, and he was lacking. He was caught lacking. Didn't really do his job at the best. If you're a scammer, bro, you need to learn from the politicians. Learn from the best. Get some connections inside there, dog. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the video. Just a lesson learned for you, gentlemen. Next time you see some shit like this and you want to dive deep in it with trust, put everything in it, first do some research. Do some research on the topic. You can't just fucking go into it and be influenced by other people's opinions on the shit. You have your own fucking brain. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And I love you guys. On to the next video.